Thank you for visiting Past the Wire TV, the YouTube channel of PastTheWire.com.
Computing outside, Classic Empire, head-to-head, down to the line. Cloud Computing wins the Preakness.
Reach the starting gate, it's post time. Cold front, Pedro comes forward. And they're into the stretch, cold front, put to the 10. Cold front does it again. Right in the field of the Amsterdam.
Buongiorno everybody, Saratoga Today with Past the Wire, day 29 of the meet. We're rolling along. The Alabama Stakes this year is in the books. Laffit came through. I'm pretty sure that getting off the rail helped significantly. Nice rally down the lane to get up under a nice ride by Johnny V. Kenny McPeak's horse, who I liked, didn't run a step. The other horse I liked, Dallas Stewart's horse, she ran a really nice race. She was up a little closer than I thought she'd be early on the inside. She hung as tough as she could, but, you know, Laffit was no surprise. You know, she's a nice horse for sure. I do have to say this. I think all the talk after the race by a lot of the analysts about her running against the boys and maybe even the Breeders' Cup Classic, in my opinion, was ridiculous. You know, this might be one of those poorly aged things because we know horses will make fools out of everyone and humble everyone at some point, usually at many points. But I didn't see anything yesterday that put her in the winner's circle of the Breeders' Cup Classic or even put her in that conversation. I'm not even so sure she's the winner of the Breeders' Cup Distaff. And, you know, I just think that kind of talk is premature. She's a really nice filly, a really nice 3-year-old. Probably belongs in the Distaff and earn her way into it. But I thought the Classic was just gibberish talk in my opinion. But we'll see. You never know. Stranger things have happened. Shout outs to our sponsors, Spendthrift Farm. Just the foals of their sires just keep performing again and again on the racetrack. Amwager, innovative ADW, as most of you know already. And of course, Zilla Racing Stables, who have partnership opportunities at every level of this game and have a horse in today in the 5th race. Casilda, 40 Tails with Manny Franco for Orlando Nota. $25,000 claimant, non-winner of 2 lifetime. We will be rooting for our friends at Zilla Racing Stables for sure. The Pacific Classic, good race, big field. Tripoli was able to sustain that rally he had going shorter at the 1.25 miles. Ran well, better than I thought that he would at that distance. Not a shocker, but definitely surprised me a little bit. Dr. Post ran better than I thought he would and ran a very strange race. A little erratic. I'm not sure really what was going on with him. I haven't had a chance to watch the replay again. And I always tell everybody how important watching replays is. And one thing I think is an important takeaway from this show is it's always good to watch a replay a day or two after the race and take notes, because the day of the race and right after the race, you're kind of caught up in the excitement and the, wagering maybe and things like that. And you don't really take what I would call a reflective, sit back, Monday morning quarterback type of look. And I think that's where you see the most and get the most out of how good or maybe not so good a horse really ran, and if a race is better than it looked or is what it is. And we'll see. Babies today at the spa. I think, that hurricane is hitting. It looks like it's going to veer off to the right and not really affect Saratoga that much. You never know. The forecast does say showers in the afternoon, which it said yesterday. As we know, the day was pretty much a washout. When the late pick 5 pays, $40 or $50, there's just not a lot you can do with that unless you really punch it cold multiple times. And that was not my strategy yesterday. If it was yours, good luck, good job. If you nailed it, but it's tough to really make a score. When you get those kind of prices in a multi-race wager, especially a pick 4 and a pick 5. I think it paid that little, which was very discouraging. Good racing at Del Mar. The racing at Saratoga wasn't quite as good, I would say, but Travis is coming up Saturday. That's usually a great day of racing. Let's hope that this year holds true. Code of Honor did win at Monmouth. That was a little interesting. He went over to Monmouth and won with Paco Lopez. Today is the Queen's Plate out in Canada. I'll just throw a horse I have my eye on out there. We complain over here about Chad Brown on the turf and having all of those, horses against each other. The Queen's Plate, which is the Canadian version of our Kentucky Derby, really. It's got 13 horses. It usually draws a big field like our Derby, not as big, but it's got 13 horses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 6 out of 13, that's almost half the field, are trained by one of the Attards, either Kevin, Sid, or Tino Attard. So that's a little rough. There's one horse in there that I had my eye on a little bit, the 3-horse Hadassah. Comes off Lasix for this race in the Queen's Plate. I'm not sure why. Gary Bolanger, who won the race years ago on a real good filly named Dance Through the Dawn. That was probably 2000 or 2001 or 1999 even. And Gary Bolanger is an interesting story. I remember when I first moved to Florida, or shortly after I moved to Florida, he was the king of Calder. He was winning everything. He was the leading rider at the meet, really dominating everybody. Held his own for a couple of years when the Gulfstream meet opened up, and it was the premier winter meet of racing, and had a very bad fall. And I think it was in the Mactar Media Stakes on the grass at Gulfstream. He went down really hard. Serious injuries. I think, I don't know, but I think he was even in danger of possibly passing away from those injuries for a short time. But they were very serious. He's fought his way back many times. He's obviously a very tough competitor. He's battered and bruised, but still hanging in there, still winning races. And he rides this horse in the Queen's Plate today, who made what I would call an early move in the Marine Stakes last time out, got to the lead a little sooner. I think if this horse takes back, gets a decent trip from the inside, at a big price, can make a little noise in the Queen's Plate, and it'd be nice to see Gary Bolanger win that race again on his maybe 3rd or 4th comeback, but certainly one of those comebacks was extremely major. Moving over to Saratoga, couple of the races are off the turf already. Let me see which ones. The 4th is off, the 10th is off, and the 7th. I'm sorry, is it the 7th? No, the 7th is on. The 4th is off. The 10th is off. There's another one that's off. The 8th is off. The 4th, 8th, and 10th is off. The 7th is on, and the 2nd is on as of now. Always subject to change, but we shall see. And it's unfortunate for me that the 10th came off, but sometimes things are not meant to be. I love the horse on the grass in the last race today. Probably would have been a major wager for me had it been good weather and stayed on the turf, but we'll live to fight another day with that. And find something else. Would have been major wager number 2 with a meet. So that's not going to happen today. First race, interesting maiden race. All of these maiden special weight races in Saratoga are interesting. And the first horse I'll mention is Goddess of Fire, Pletcher's horse, who's got Johnny V on. Johnny V and Pletcher are back a little bit solid after the win yesterday. Johnny V's starting to ride a little bit better in the usual Johnny V Saratoga form. And what caught my eye about this one is worked very well up against My Prankster, who we noted, I think, yesterday was working well on the show, and we had our eye on. And this horse, My Prankster, worked better, but not by a lot, in my opinion. This horse was hanging tough with My Prankster, who ran a dominating race yesterday. So, that's something to keep an eye on. And this one, I think, is a half to that good sprinter that Red Oak has, Mind Control. Very, very good sprinter, graded stakes winner. Maybe even a grade 1 winner, I'm not sure. But this is a Red Oak homebred, as is Mind Control. Red Oak stable, that's the Brunettis. They had a family that owned Hialeah, very prominent New Jersey racing family, now Florida as well. Really, they win all over the country when they ship around. Do a good job. Todd's got this one for them. Greg Sacco trained some of their horses over the years. I think Ron McAnally also out west, I'm not sure. But they do a good job, and this one, like I said, worked with My Prankster, and certainly was not disgraced by any stretch of the imagination. Chad Brown's got one in there, an Arrogate that I thought worked well. This one's related to Wavell Avenue, who won the Breeders' Cup Sprint. So look out by Arrogate, who I think's got about 10 starters already without having any winners. He'll get them eventually, I'm sure. Time for Cupid won a race very impressively at Lone Star. Wins by 4, gets DQ'd, so eligible to run back in the maiden race. I've spoken in the past about horses that run in maiden races and win and then come back, get DQ'd, and come back and run in maiden races again. In the second, that's the race that as of now is on the grass. 14nino is a Frankel out of an Invincible Spirit mare, bred very, very, very well. Clement wins with these type of first-time starters. He's probably in a celebratory mood because Miguel Clement, his son, married Acacia Courtney yesterday up at Saratoga. She is now Acacia Clement. I don't know if she'll change it on television, but they got married, so best of luck to them. Salute. Many years of happiness, we hope. And, Christophe's probably looking to come out running. I like the Frankels. I like the Galileos. I like that European breeding. I like how Clement gets these horses ready to go long first time out. He's a little shy of 20% doing that, so I think that's worth noting. Chad's also very good at that. He's got a declaration of war in there. And it should be an interesting race. Hopefully that one stays on the grass. The fifth race will be there before you know it. We'll be rooting for our friends at Zilla Racing. The stake today is the Summer Colony. I remember Summer Colony. She was literally a bear for a while. She got really, really good, and got really good up at Saratoga, actually. Nice horse. I think Mark Hennig trained her for Edward Evans, if memory serves correct. Very, very good outfit. And no. I think she was Todd Pletcher for Evans back then. I apologize. Long time ago. But I remember seeing her run, and she was a bear. Johnny, I think, used to ride her. Probably Pletcher when they were really, really rolling and dominating. This is 1 1/8 miles. Hopefully the track will be good at that point, fast, decent, not washed out. And it's an interesting race. I think the one So Darn Hot has a lot of upside. Ran a really big number on Thoroughbred for 1 last time out. That was a big jump for her. I think she still got upside. It was only, her second start as a 4-year-old. First start of the year was on the grass. She come off it and just dominated that non-winner of 1. Got that really, really, really good number. I don't know if she can run back to it. And I don't know that she has to run back to it in order to win this. She might be able to get away with a 2 or a 3 even and win this race. But that was a big race for her. Class-wise, she'll have to step up to beat these. But I don't think she's out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Horologist is very solid. Probably goes to post the favorite here. Ran very good in the Shuvi. Didn't get the job done, but went to the lead that day. That's not really how she runs her best races. She runs her best races from sitting a little bit off the pace. She went to the lead that day. They didn't exactly walk going a mile and an eighth. The track was a 15 track on the track variant. She went 47 to the half, 111 and change, 136. Again, going a mile and an eighth at Saratoga. And she weakened late to Royal Flag, Chad's horse, who come flying with Rosario on the outside. I think she reverts back to sitting off the pace today, or I think she'd like to. The problem is, who does she sit off? Probably Gibberish, I would think, but I think she should let Gibberish go and come from off the pace, and I think that absolutely makes her tougher than last time and the horse to beat. And she'll be the favorite, and I think she probably should be for Bill Mott. She's an honest and pretty solid mare. If you throw out the Breeders' Cup Distaff, she's all right. She didn't like Thistledown apparently, but she's pretty steady. Dunbar Road is a mystery to me. It really was high on this horse. Thought she was going to be very tough coming back as a 5-year-old in the Grade 1 race at Churchill Downs the day before the Derby. I think that was Oaks Day. Just had no gas in the tank. Comes back into Shuvi. I thought freshened up. Bringing her back into Grade 3. Thought she was probably pointing for that race at Saratoga. No excuse. No gas in the tank. Don't know what to make of it. Irad is in Canada today to ride in the Queen's Plate, so Jose gets the leg up on Dunbar Road. Jose's won with Dunbar Road. Was on her early for some really good wins. Won the Alabama with Dunbar Road. I think you know where I'm going. One more shot for me for Dunbar Road. I can't tell you why. It's just a feeling. It's just just a shot I'm going to take with Dunbar Road. Not a big shot, not a major shot, not what I would call an extremely confident shot, but I do believe her best race, if she runs it, beats these. And hopefully she runs it. Hopefully this is, a move to get her a little confidence back. It's only her 3rd race back this year, and it's the first time this year she goes second off the layoff. So she's coming back without a big layoff. So maybe she's a little tighter. Maybe I'm just reaching because I thought she would win those last 2 races and she didn't. I don't normally get caught up in those kind of things, and I try hard not to fall victim and trap to those kind of things. But I'm going to give her another shot. Gibberish, I think, is going to make the pace. I think that's the one horologist is going to reel in. Safi Joseph is 1 for about 30 for the meet. He's really chilly. So I don't know what, if anything, that means, but I don't think this one will be able to go all the way unless by some stretch of the imagination the track is just super fast. Thankful seems to have gone by the wayside. Not sure. Thought this one had some ability, or at least more than she's showing. She did win a maiden special weight at Saratoga last year, so we know she likes the track. But she just comes in a little bit flat. She'll be a big price for Todd and Saez. And, if this one wins, it'll be one of those, how do we let Luis Saez and Todd Pletcher go off 15-1 and pay $30-something? because we look at past performances, and this one doesn't show me anything that she's going to rebound here, other than maybe she really likes this track because she's 1-for-1 over it. So, but it's not enough to get me on her bandwagon. Gold Spirit, I find intriguing. I thought she ran a good race, first time in the United States and first time off a long layoff last time. I like the move to Rosario. The blinkers come off for this. I'm not going to question that. If Chad's taking the blinkers off, he knows why. He's got a pretty high percentage taking blinkers off. This one kind of made a middle move into what I thought was a fair pace last time out. And I kind of, think she can go forward and can definitely win this race. I wasn't impressed with her races in Chile, but they were enough to bring her here. Chad was enough to say, yeah, bring her into the barn. She doesn't have to go forward a lot, if at all, on Thoroughgraph in order to be a contender. She's a contender. If Rosario had a good flight back and isn't a little tired and jet lagged and beat up, and gives one of his really, really good rides, I think this one is definitely in the mix here and can win the race. So I would probably, look to beat Horologist, let her go off the favorite. She's solid, but I would look to beat her with the two Chads, leaning a little more on Dunbar Road than this one in any multi-race wages. It's kind of how I see it. So if I was betting to pick 4 or pick 5, which after scratches and everything I may take a little shot at, that's how I would lean. I would use the two Chads, and then I would go back at Dunbar Road. In the last race, which is unfortunately off the turf, and it changes everything for me. I don't even know, who's going to be in, who's going to be out. But if they stayed on the grass, I thought the 9-2 morning line on voter protection was an absolute joke. I think that that was a jog in here for him. I think he would have won easy. I would have made a significant bet if the odds were anything close to that or anything reasonable at all. Would have absolutely been a single for me and would have definitely lured me into punching the late pick 5. And in that case, in that scenario, I would have been looking for the Chad double with either Chad winning the stake and this one winning the last. I thought should be odds on in that field, but off the turf could still win if he stays in the race. I don't know. These off the turf races, you don't know. Look what happened yesterday. That horse just jogged at a very, very, very short price and capped that awful chalky pick 5, pick 4, and pick everything else. So that's all we got today. We've got 2 days off tomorrow to regroup, freshen up. The Laffit Pincay interview, which I think you will all love, is going to be up tomorrow. Check it out. Let me know what you think. That's a really, really great conversation, and a lot of stuff in there that you just don't hear anywhere else. A lot of stuff you'll be surprised at and very interested in. So check that out. We'll reconvene on Wednesday with more Saratoga Today, leading up to the big Travis Day. Looking for those major wages. We would have had it today. We're still riding high off last week's big score and deep into the black for the meet. So there's no pressure at all anymore. So High Oak changed all that, but we're still looking. Before I go, the Tracking Trips horse yesterday took a lot of money in that stake. Brendan Walsh's horse. Oof. I said I couldn't get to that horse in that race, but somebody did. It surely wasn't me. I don't know if it was a Tracking Trip member. We do have a couple of very big bettors that are on there and go after those horses, but I thought, that was a really tough spot. Didn't run that bad, but took an awful lot of money. So somebody saw what I saw, or somebody read what we wrote, and somebody liked that horse a lot. But for Maiden to win that race was going to be awfully, awfully tough. So with that, see everybody Wednesday. Enjoy the Laffit Pincay video, and let me know what you think of it. Throw up some comments, check it out, and see everybody on Wednesday. Ciao for now. Nobody does it better.